Peace, peace, peace. This is going to be a reading regarding the gathering at Congress Hall, the restoration of the matriarchal government that will be held in Philadelphia on May 10th. It's said to be a 3-day event. Okay, so from May 10th to 12th. However, May 10th is the beginning of this event, the first day of this event. And Rod Hayes, greetings to the brother, honors to the brother. He wanted some of us readers, diviners, to kind of tap into that energy of that day. So I decided to do that. However, although I'm recording this May 6, 2026, and posting it that day, or I think I'm going to probably post it, if not today, by May the 8th. I did the reading on April the 11th, 2026, and I didn't record it, which I was just trying to tap into the energy. And afterwards, I'm like, well, I should have just went ahead and recorded it. But however, I'm reading from my notes today. But I did this reading again on April 11th. I can't recall when Rod put it out there, to the diviners. But however, today, April 11, 2026, I did the reading around 4 p.m. That's what I have written down here, which for 11/2026 is a 16, which is 6 plus 1 is a 7. Okay. Also, May 10th, 2026 is a 16 and a 7. All right. And then with that 411, we got 411. And we've got the 4s here. Okay. 4s pertaining to the mother, the home, family. Okay, that's the house of family. Cancer's house. Okay. The money, the mother. Okay. Loving and nurturing. Because that's what we're talking about here. That frequency. That is the natural state of the mother. The natural state. So you have these mothers out here that are out of their natural state. So they're opposite of that. Right? Okay. So, diving right on into the reading. Again, I'm reading from my notes that I took because I wanted to, record what came out. So, what peaked up was liberation. Queen Mother Nani. The Queen Mother from the Maroons in Jamaica. Okay. So this is freedom, liberation, restoration. Okay. For the matriarchs. Okay. To restore everything that was taken from us. Okay. To restore our families back to wholeness. Okay. And build our posterity, okay? Rebuild our posterity according to the laws of nature, divine law, okay? And overcoming patriarchal rule and colonial foreign occupiers on our land. Okay, so the ancestors, okay, from all timelines, realms, and dimensions, lifetimes, and ancestral lines, 444, as I said that, wow, are supporting us. They are exalting us, liberating us, okay, as we them. So what came out was Oshun, fearless love. Okay. Now this came out. This is from the Oracle deck. So this came out inverted. So when the Oracle cards come out inverted, it means a highly significant focus on it. Okay. It's illuminated. Okay. So the Oshun is dealing with the mother. It's dealing with love, grace, prosperity, okay, beauty, okay, getting back into our divine feminine energy and coming out of that warring energy, okay, warring with this beast and these demons on our land. So, Oshun is the number 25, which that is a 7 also. Okay. Hold on, turn that off. And also, Ma'am Kumba Bang, speak up, came out inverted as well, which is a number 33, which that is a 6. Okay. So we're talking about most definitely the mother energy, the divine feminine, the matriarch, and how she's loved and supported by the spiritual realm, okay, by our ancestors. Okay. At the bottom of the deck was Aunt Nancy Betrayal, which is a number 20. Okay. The top was Tanette Pleasure, which is the number 11. Okay, adorned in purple and silver, I think it was. Let me see. Let me make sure. Ma'am Kumba Bang is adorned in blue. She's surrounded about, around water. I think this is cowrie shells around her. She has a basket of fruit and vegetables floating in the water. Okay, so this is an overflow. This is abundance. This is prosperity. This is wealth. Okay, with hands, fist in the air behind the bushes. Okay, and I look at that as not only the ancestors celebrating us. This is the world. Okay. This is also our posterity, born and unborn. Okay. The seeds. So now let me see. Where are you, Tanette? Queen Mother Nani is also a lot of blue. Okay. Blue, dealing with the waters, dealing with royalty, sacredness. I'm thinking of the lapis lazuli stone. Okay. So that is, here she goes. Oh, so it's gold, purple and gold. Okay, so royalty most definitely. Okay, and with her swaying of her hips, this is the, oh, okay. So this, I was about to say the sacral chakra, and this is the color orange. Tanette Pleasure is the sacral chakra. She's a number 11. Okay, so this is getting back to us, getting back to our, like I said, divine feminine, our sensuality, that loving and nurturing energy, and being able to just be sensual. It's nothing like a woman in her divine femininity. That is sexy. Okay? So there is, and this is creativity. So us getting back to our creativity, okay, which that brings pleasure, brings happiness, it brings joy. And when mother is happy, joyous, okay, everybody is happy and joyous. Okay, that's how that goes. The whole world, all right. And she can open up portals, okay, with that energy, all right, working with the divine, yeah, working with the stars. And this is also giving me the gold standard, getting back to that, okay. She's the ruler of the moon and the stars, which that's the stars, that's the seeds, okay. That's our sons rising up, because when the mother rise, our children rise. Okay, when the mother rise, our masculines rise. Okay, our sons rise. Right. So you wanna support this, because it's in everybody's best interest. Okay. Masculines. So, yeah, so that's giving me, the value system changing, going back, okay, returning back to the motherline and back to the gold standard, okay, what's tangible, okay, gold, silver, copper, precious metals. That's what that giving me. Okay. Giving me abundance. All right. So, yeah. So, okay, let's go back to this. So, the split was Salquet, which is scarcity, which is a number 21. And the second split was Ma'at, giving and receiving. So, there was most definitely, which is a number 10, which is most definitely an imbalance. Okay, this betrayal here. The 20 is, I think the 20 is judgment in the tarot. So it's judgment here for this betrayal. Okay, this abuse against the mother, against the matriarch. Yes, and 21 reduces to a 3, which is an empress in Tarot, Salquet, scarcity. So this most definitely was the siphoning of that feminine to us as mothers, taking from us, okay, taking our children, okay, breaking up our homes, our families, okay, and hiding from us. This is also conjure work, okay, and also hiding from us who we really are, the truth about who we really are. Okay. And this is also, a lot of us experience betrayal in our families against us. Okay, and with this speak up, ma'am, kumbaya bang energy, we speaking out about this. We speaking up and we speaking out about all the grievances. Okay. Yeah. For healing. Okay. For truth. Ma'at. Okay. To assist with balancing this out. Okay. So the spectrum of receiving is giving. Okay. Or giving and receiving is receiving. So it's time for us now to receive what is rightfully ours. So this is balance. Like I said, restoration. It's been so much abuse, so much corruption, okay, that has came to its peak. No more. It can't go no farther. This is natural law. It's inevitable. So how could they even think that they can continue to keep this up where it was all started within a contract in the first place? Contracts end. They revolt, they dissolve, they're breached. And most definitely they have breached a lot of contracts. Haven't fulfilled them. Okay? So continuing on and looking at this word, Philadelphia. I went a little deep into that. Delphi, priestesses, the oracles. We rising up. Okay. Now, with this 5. Before I go deeper into Philadelphia, I want to go back to something. Tenet, pleasure. This resonates with the color orange, which is the sacral chakra, and the number 11. Now she's depicted adorned in purple, in gold. She have gold stars all around her, okay, coming, down, hanging down from the sky, and also what seems to be a moon above her head, with some, spears coming off of that. So this is giving me star seeds. This is giving me the sun energy, Leo energy. So our suns, okay. But also, this is giving me with that scarcity and that betrayal energy. Oshun, seductive energy. This is giving me exotic dancing. Okay. How, some of our mothers went into that type of lifestyle. We're not condemning you, okay, for that. Understanding that you had to do what you had to do. Because having all of these strip clubs around, especially in the inner cities, for the pleasure of masculine, okay, energy, for the indulgence of that, lust and fetish, ways, on both ends, okay. Also, I almost forgot my thought here. What brought me back to this? With the scarcity and the betrayal, this is generational curses. Us as mothers being liberated from these generational curses. From generation to generation to generation to generation in the motherland. This is also betrayal by the hands of our own mothers. Narcissism is what I'm picking up in the mother mind. mental illness from generation to generation being passed down to generation. What this speak up? The reversal of that is not speaking up, not speaking, not telling the truth. This is also self-sabotage, betraying yourself because you're not living in truth. Scared to love. With fearless love here, with Oshun being out here. Preventing other people from loving. Not loving yourself, so therefore you don't even know how to receive love. You don't even know what that looks like or feels like. You're porous. Your heart heavy, heart blocked. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say about. I wanted to go back to that. Yeah, but this 21, which is a 3-less scarcity, Sakwe. That's what this is. This is generational. In the motherline that needed to be healed. And a lot of people, they still need to be healed from this. 2211 I just saw. I saw something else, but I caught 2211. Okay, 222. Yeah, a lot of portals open with this. Okay, with that 11 there, and also with the 3s. Okay, bringing in benevolent spirits and also malevolent spirits with this energy. But a lot of us has brought balance to this. A lot of us has healed ourselves, okay? Because we dealt with our inner selves, dealt with or dealing with. Because it starts with us. See, you never know someone's divine path or what they're here for, okay? And so we should never, shame someone, especially because we evolve. We are supposed to evolve. We are supposed to, we come here for these experiences in the physical. And these are tests. These are initiations, okay? These trials and tribulations. So it's about how you handle them. Are you passing the test? Are you learning the lesson in it or not? Or are you going to repeat that cycle, okay? Are you going to repeat that spiral? Or are you going to evolve to the next spiral? So it's a lot of orange, a lot of sacral chakra here, creativity. Yes. I was getting back to that because we create, okay? We are creation. So that's a very important part of the piece here. when you're dealing with the divine feminine, the mother, the matriarch. Okay. So, okay, I think I covered them bases. Getting back to Philadelphia. So we got phi in here twice. Double. So that energy in Philadelphia most definitely is a significant, that the frequency there, the energy there is most definitely significant to this time that we're in, this era that we're in right now, with restoring the matriarch. Okay, because that's where the government was stolen, the matriarchal system, her seat. Okay, she was dethroned. Okay. And so, if I'm understanding this correctly, this is why they are returning to this location. Okay, so let's get into what I researched about phi, that being in ancient Greek, the 21st letter of the Greek alphabet. Okay, so we're talking about ancient energy when we talk about the matriarch. We got that 21 again, which is number 3. Okay, 21 being the southwest scarcity in the oracle deck. 21 also being the world in the tarot. Greek, I'm getting this siphoning of energy from these foreigners, from everybody around the world, siphoning off the mother, nature. Okay, the mother is nature, nature is mother, the earth. Okay. So we know that's exactly what's been going on around the world, globally. Everybody coming here on the land of Turtle Island. Okay, the Americas. Okay, Amaru. Okay, here, eating good off the mother, off nature. Okay. Taken. Mistreating the mother. Okay, and her family. Okay, and I'm directing this to the copper tone peoples. Okay, the true Americans. So it says the phi is the 21st letter of the Greek alphabet, commonly used to represent the golden ratio, golden rate. Okay, I'm getting with that. So the rate of gold. Okay, again, getting back to the gold standard, we're getting back to that true, the real currency. Okay, and the mothers being connected to that real currency. So the wealth of the matriarchs vault. Gold is ruled by the sun, silver by the moon. So the sun is the masculine energy. Okay, so the mother being back in her, being put back in, or not put back, but reclaiming her throne as the matriarch. restores everything back in harmony, in balance. Okay, masculine, feminine, and our masculines rising up to their chief. Okay, and being placed there by the matriarchs, our chiefs. Okay, on the land. And it's in parentheses. It says one point has I can't remember what this symbol is, but it's like the Aquarius glyph. Okay, so that's about humanity. I'm picking up, getting back to these are the humanitarians energy here. Okay, being in alignment with the with nature, with Mother Earth. Okay, which creates balance. That giving and receiving, energy. But it's 1.618. So that's 16, which is a 7. Okay? And we're talking about mathematics here. Okay? So in spirituality, this phi symbol is said to be the math of God. So we're talking about sacred geometry, okay? Representing divine proportion, harmony, and the infinite. Intelligent design within nature and the cosmos. It symbolizes the connection between the spiritual and physical worlds, often called the golden ratio. Divine proportion or sacred geometry, embodying balance and unity. In essence, phi is considered the mathematical language of the universe, the yoniverse, that connects the soul to the creator through the inherent order and beauty found in nature. Now, the symbol looks like a 0 with a slanted line going through it. Okay, so that's the 100, 180 and 180 coming together as to make a whole. Okay, the 360 sphere. That's also that bringing a bridge, just bridging the spirit and physical together. That's also the masculine and the feminine, balancing things out. Okay, within and without, as so below, as so within, as without, as the universe, so the soul. Okay, all that greatness. That's what we talk about. So that's what I got with the 5. Philadelphia. Okay. Pennsylvania. Pen. I don't know why I'm picking up penny. So money, wealth, currency, energy. And I'm also picking up penship. Penship. Okay. Penmanship. So royalty. I'm getting from that. Excellence. The spirit of excellence. That's what I'm getting. I'm just reading what I'm getting. Okay? So, anywho. Now, I got the Queen of Clubs in the cardology. The Queens and the Queen of Spades. So we're talking about the Queen Mother here, right? We're talking about the Matriarch. The clubs, it has to do with basically communication, the mind, the mental. Okay? The spades have to do with also the mind, okay, dealing with also work, health, okay, and in tarot, the clubs is the swords, so the Queen of Swords, and then the spades is the wands, so the Queen of Wands. We look that's that creation, the creative energy again. The Queen of Clubs, which is the Queen of Swords, is that speak up energy, okay? That stoic energy, mental intelligence energy. So let me see here. Mastery. Let's go into this here. The Queen of Clubs. Yeah. That's high mental vibration, the Queen of Clubs, which is the Queen of Swords in the tunnel. Okay. Organizational ability, service in the communication fields, and dealing with intuition also, having, a high level of intuition, okay, and nurturing quality of the mother. What did I say? So this Queen of Clubs says, it is a successful card, much like the 8 or 10 of clubs. But also present is the nurturing quality of the mother. Yeah. So this is highly intuitive energy. Yes. When a mother is in her divinity, she is highly intuitive. So that's the Queen of Clubs. Now, the Queen of Spades is that self-mastery. And that's the Queen of Wands in a tunnel. This is, ooh, wow. Okay, so the Queen of Spades sits in the sun position in the spiritual spread, which can be translated to mean the position of highest accomplishment in the spiritual sense. This most definitely is self-mastery. Okay. The Queen of Spades is a hard-working woman card and a good manager as well. So we can also expect success in work and organizational ability whenever she appears. Okay. So another thing it says about being the master of the universe. Okay. The Queen of Spades teaches us that if we can master our inner state, we can master the universe and everything in it. Queens have their greatest power in the feminine, receptive mode. You see that? That's the energy we're talking about. That's the energy we're in. And we have to be in that energy in order to restore the matriarch. Nothing less. And then the 9 of clubs came out. Okay. So again, with the 9s, we're dealing with an ending of a cycle. It's the cycle of life. So the 9 of clubs is dealing with the completion of plans. And this is, a card where powerful spiritual experiences may occur. It involves spreading higher truths to the world. So this is what's going to be taking place. It's the energy of May 10th. Okay. Sharing knowledge with groups and mental disappointment. So there's going to be most definitely on a opposite end of that some mental disappointments, and we should know who the ones that's going to be disappointed. Okay. Not only the patriarch, the corrupt system, these patriarchs that have subdued the matriarch. Okay. Even our own masculines that have subdued us and abused us. Okay. So that's what that is. So now on that day, it's going to be a 9 of Pentacles day, which is a 9 of diamonds. Okay. So what that is an ending of a value system. Okay. Financial losses. Okay. And we all know what value system we talking about that has ended. Because we're transitioning to mother's money, mama money, which is enables us to create a legacy and posterity for generations to come. Okay? I'm just reading to see if I want to share something specifically about the 9 of diamonds. What else? Let's see what they say in here. Book. In reality, let's see. In reality, the 9 of diamonds represents the end of a certain thing that we once valued and accumulated. That's the fiat money. Okay. But not just, dealing with the money. This is the things that we held dear. Okay, the things over generations that we have accumulated that they taught us, which was against our customs and traditions. So the way we lived, okay. So the things that we valued in life, okay, that was basically out of our, traditions and customs. They weren't the ways of our ancestors, our ancient ancestors. Okay. We didn't, worship under our own fig and vine and fig tree. We was worshiping them under someone else's. So with that only brings death, turmoil, and curses to our front door. And this is what we have to understand, and overstand. So it's time to let go. Okay? And be open to relearning. I think it says something in here about learning too. Yeah. Endings are only disappointments. to those who are not conscious of what's really going on in their life and who have no faith in life or love. Well said. I will leave that at that. So that's going to be the energy. The 9 of diamonds when coming 10. Okay? And it's also, that's on a Sunday, and that's supposed to be the man-made holiday, Mother's Day, okay? Which Mother's Day is every day, because every single day you should be honoring and loving your mothers. Okay? And you not just do that to the physical mother. We talking about also Mother Nature. Okay? So when you go outside and you throw your trash on the ground, you are disrespecting and dishonoring Mother Nature. Okay? When you go out there and you tear her up to build all this commercial buildings, building next to building next to building, and ain't even know where to grow a plant, you being disrespectful and dishonorable to Mother Nature and everything connected to her. And us as daughters, we're directly connected to her. Get it? Got it? Good. Moving right along. So at the bottom of the deck was, we got a lot of spades and clubs, was the 4 of spades. And the top was the 4 of clubs. So that's the 4 of wands, which is dealing with home, which is dealing with celebratory energy, which is dealing with family. And then we got the 4 of clubs, which is the 4 of swords, okay, which is just dealing with restoration of peace, restoration, okay, healing. So that's stability. We're talking about stability here, and this is what the matriarch brings. Well, I'm gonna read it from the book, a little bit from the book, for the 4 of spades and the 4 of clubs. Let's see. Yes, we're talking about longevity here, stability. 4 of spades. Yeah, hard works bring stability and protection, and also the 4 is dealing with protection. Yeah. This is the strongest card of security and foundation in our life. Wow. Satisfaction and stability in health, work, and all affairs in general. This is recovery from illness. See? Yeah. So this is healing. This is, like I said, restoration. Okay? That's what this is. That's the energy. This is the energy that this is bringing. Ashe. Let's see the 4 of clubs. Where is the 4 of clubs? Yeah, clarity of the mind, which brings peace of mind. I said, okay? Organization, satisfaction and stability, mental satisfaction and stability. This card brings organizational ability and the ability to achieve a solid foundation of knowledge about a particular subject. Any sort of mental occupation you may be involved in or benefit from this stabilizing and practical influence. All right, now I got into the Uno cards. What came out was a green 8. Okay. As I heard Rod Hayes say, that the 8s was dealing with the Matriarch. Okay. This is also infinity. This is also abundance. Okay. This is the cycle of life. Green, that to me, first thing came in my mind was go. Okay. Having the green light, the path being opened for us. Green also dealing with the heart chakra, love, an abundance of love, and also wealth. The bottom was also a green 8. What's this? I got top green, black. Oh, black. Oh. The top is the green block card. Okay. And I'm like, what the heck? So the green block card. So this is, you know, the opposite of the green 8. Okay. Having, you know, some hearts being heavy. Okay. Some hearts being blocked. This is not my aunt. Okay. Your heart have to be light as a feather. This is not, you know, some people's hearts being light as a feather. Whether this is, you know, these adversaries or, or, you know, some of the matriarchs still in this energy, this lack, unloving, unrequited energy. And this is also blocked money. Which that green block is giving me the fiat. Okay, then the split, it was a red 4 inverted. So yeah, this is that 4. I'm thinking of the Emperor. Okay, the past corrupt powers that are no more. Okay, they being flipped out the seat because they was in the seat unauthorized in you know, out of place. They wasn't supposed to be in leadership. Okay, it wasn't their place to be in. Okay, they just brought corruption with the red, war, destruction. Okay, so since that's what they brought, that's all they knew, that's what's coming back to them. Why? Because every action finds its equal consequence. So if that's all you got to give, guess what's coming back to you? Boo boo. That's it. Okay, that's all they eat. That's what it is. This is just divine law. That's it. That's what we're talking here. Divine law. So don't get mad at the messenger. Fight the wind. Fight the fire. Fight the water. Fight spirit. Fight the earth. Because this is divine law. You can't fight that because it'll fuck your ass up. Okay? So don't come for her people. Okay? Because there's a lot of protection that showed up in this reading as well. Divine protection. So there's a lot of the protection that's going to be there May 10th. A lot of divine protection. Okay? So, continue on. So my self-made cards. Go for it came out. Candle magic. Triple goddess energy. That's the transformation. That's the devolving into clone mother. That's the triple goddess energy. It's about transformation. It's about self-mastery. That queen of spades energy. Okay, so that's the maiden, the mother in the crone. This is generational. This is ancient. Okay. And then it says you are the most of every situation, powerful, divinely protected. We're talking about the matriarch. So it's some candle magic that's going on. Okay. There's some crafting that's going on both ends. The bottom of the deck was 717. That is that protective energy as well. They got us covered. 717. The top, the enemy's destructions are come to a perpetual end. See, there it is. These enemy's destructions have come to a perpetual end. Says so, Spirit. Then we have left brain hemisphere. Okay? If it ain't divine, it ain't mine. That's that patriarchal system. 10 times 10. Mate. Crone, 7th chakra. Daughter, sneaky snake, crone mother, have prepared her throne for judgment. That's that judgment. Okay? That's the matriarchs getting back in their proper place, in their proper perspective. Leading the way, being the example. Okay? These are the daughters of Isis. Rising up. These sneaky snakes thought they had us. Alright? And then it said dead presidents. Yeah, these presidents are dead. And their money. Fiat is dead. Then it says phone call, liberation. All warrants, liens dissolved. And that was inverted. Okay? Them. Okay. So this is when it says them. This is indictments. I heard death also. This is death for them. Death in all shapes, fashions, forms. And this is indictments for them. Then the bottom was Isis. The split was the king of diamonds. The top was Mars, Tuesday. So Mars is about war. In the king of diamonds, okay? This is the United States Corporation energy right here. And the death to them. Death and destruction. Okay? Because they're in the way. No more. Because they brought death and destruction. That's all they brought. That's all they had to give. They brought warrants and liens. Okay? That's what they brought on our land. So this is what they get back. Everything they came with was dead. It was cursed with their dead money. Okay? So this is a call with phone call and liberation here. This is the call, May 10th. It's a call for liberation of the matriarch. To rise up. Okay? And then the next pile said, pretending to be you, to receive inheritance. They watch you. And the split was just synchronous. They are a shadow investor, National Monetary Fund, and bank bonds. Okay, so this is one way that they stole the inheritance from the people. From the people who had the blood birthright, which is the copper tone peoples. Okay, they watched us, they monitored us from birth. Okay, they used the National Monetary Fund, which I don't know where they fall in, their hierarchy, but I know they had a big part of, dealing with the bank bonds. The bank bonds is the birth certificates. So the National Monetary Fund was a shadow investor. Okay. Pretending to be us to receive our inheritance. Wow. So in the shadows, the shadow cards, spirit of fear came out in 5. So they feared this great change, this cosmic shift. They are in fear. Well, they incited fear generationally, perpetually. So guess what they get? They get that back. Here you go. This belongs to you. You brought this, so you get that back. 5 is conflictual energy. Okay, 5 is also about change. So this is the energy that they're in the shadows. Okay. And anybody else that's in their little bubble and they thought this system was what it was it. Okay, they didn't know they was living in an illusion, but they didn't care, riding around here, doing, shameful, dishonorable things to people to make money, okay, to be put on a pedestal, or whatever they may have done. Riding around in these expensive cars, living in these big expensive houses with no integrity. Being inhumane to humanity. Which ain't nothing wrong with driving in expensive cars, but what's wrong is what they had to do that, and they're being dishonorable to humanity, and they're inhumane. That lies the problem. So then we have alcoholic, work with herbs, womb spells, invest in your stability and security. The bottom of the deck was witch doctor attack. The split was Obian, priestess. The top was adopt the meiotic principles. Okay. So when I look at alcoholic and work with herbs, yeah, that's most definitely conjure. So most definitely they put spells over the woman. They put spells on the wombs. Okay, this is also these people that were speaking, ill will or against a woman, speaking against a woman, speaking against her womb. Okay. Speaking against her stability and security. Most definitely against the meiotic principles. But now, like I said, all of this is being balanced out. It has been balanced out. And this is being done, to reverse these spells, to bring back balance. Okay. So now we got the Tarot. Oh wow. The King of Wands came out. The Queen of Swords reversed came out. The 8 of Swords reversed. The Chariot reversed. The bottom of the deck was the 7 of Wands. The split was Justice. And the top of the deck was the 10 of Wands. Wow. So let's see here. King of Wands. This is our chiefs right here. I'm picking up. This is our chiefs. this King of Wands energy. And also, this is giving me look at wands. Sometimes, if I'm reading, if that type of energy comes up, I look at wand, the King of Wands, as these corporations, okay? And then the Queen and King of Swords, look at it as attorneys. Okay, so we got a Queen of Swords in reverse here, and then the King of Wands, and the Eight of Swords reversed. And then the Chariot reversed. Okay. So, and then the Seven of Wands and Justice. So this is the Seven of Wands here with Justice. This is angelic energy. Okay. The energy of spirit. And then the Ten of Wands, picking up burdens, so, I can look at this, I'm picking up a lot of things, come on, spirit. Oh my goodness. So with this King of Wands, and this Eight of Swords in reverse, this is our chiefs being liberated. This is our chiefs. Yeah, being liberated. Mentally, spiritually, and physically. And this is this Queen of Wands energy. Oh, I'm sorry, Queen of Swords in reverse. This is some nasty energy right here. The Chariot being here. Wow. Okay. I'm picking up also karmic mothers, toxic mothers. Okay. This is a lot of our chiefs being healed from these kind of experiences. A lot of burdens is being lifted off. And this is being balanced out. And this is divine masculine energy. This is divine masculine energy right here. And on another note, I'm looking at this another way too. These barristers with the King of Wands, because the King of Wands, Queen of Wands can also be attorneys, okay, in these corporations. With the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, the Chariot reversed. Okay. This is them being burdened. Okay. This is them being, being stopped, being blocked. Okay. No movement. Okay. Picking up, oh my God, I'm getting a lot with this, and I'm trying to slow my mind down because it's coming at me fast. Okay, but this is maybe them trying to escape. They're trying to escape. Okay. that's coming to them. But they're being blocked. Ain't no escape. There's no escape. They fighting hard too. They fighting this hard. They taking this very hard. This change, this transition, this reversion. They taking it very hard. So they fighting. They running, scared, and they're fighting. Okay. And I'm picking up with justice being here that this is also the judicial system, the corrupt judicial system. So a lot of people that they incarcerated with the Eight of Swords being in reverse, falsely, is being released. See, there's just a lot coming out with this power here, with the throne. Yeah. And this is just fighting the Seven of Wands with justice here. Being burdened with this corrupt judicial system. Okay. Wow, that was a lot. Ooh-wee. So let's see, where we at now? So I asked, are the barristers planning to do witchcraft over this event? And the Knight of Swords came out, the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Three of Wands reversed, the Seven of Wands. Wait, what's this? The Seven of Wands on top of the Three of Wands. Okay, so they're being blocked. They're being blocked. And yeah, they're being blocked. It's simple as that. Okay, so this Knight of Swords here, this is aggression. Some strong aggression here. Okay, they about to blow a blood vessel. This is acting hastily, okay? Planning, but not really, you know what I'm saying? This is haste acting, okay? Two of Cups, yeah, they're trying something, but it's being blocked, okay? One and foremost, Spirit is blocking this, okay? Oh, I see. And then the Seven of Swords, the Hierophant, the Empress, and the Hermit. The Seven of Swords. So, yeah, this is sneaky energy. This is also watchful energy. Okay, so they will be watching May 10th, most definitely. They will be watching this event. Okay. And then the King of Pentacles I have fell on the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands, in which that's the 10 of Wands. So they burden. So this King of Pentacles I'm picking up is Trump energy. Okay. So he's also blocking this. This could be the Seven of Wands energy that fell on top of the reversed Three of Wands. Okay. But this is also some spirit blocking this. Whatever they plan and whatever they trying to do, they most definitely won't prevail, especially at this, you know, because their time is up. They could forget about it. Bye. Sit down. Okay? Sit down somewhere. Okay, so what would be the outcome I asked? And so the Queen of Cups came out. Ooh, all that love. overflow of love and nurturing. Oh my goodness, y'all don't know what y'all in for. With all these with us divine matriarchs coming together and getting things back in proper perspective, the type of love and nurturing you in store for, that this earth is have been longing. That's unconditional. That's an overflow of love. The bottom was judgment and 7 of cups. The top was the loves. This is the many mothers that's going to be at this event May 10th that's coming together to sit in those seats. The split is the Wheel of Fortune. The second split was the 6 of Wands. The third split was Justice. Ace of Swords. The Sun. 6 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. Okay? Did you hear me? I'm going to say it again. The split was the Wheel of Fortune. The second split was the 6 of Wands. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is the fortune. This is the wealth, the matriarchal wealth. Okay, it's being returned. Okay, this is divine timing. Do you hear me? This is divine timing. This is the matriarch being put back on her throne. The second split is the 6 of Wands. This is honor and recognition. The third split is justice. This is my aunt energy. Balance, harmony, restoration. The Ace of Swords. Okay. That's speaking with clarity. That's also that Queen of Spades energy. And the Queen of Clubs energy. The Sun. What do we say that was? That the Queen of Spades is in the Sun position, which is the highest recognition, the highest accomplishment. Okay. 6 of Cups. That's also that love energy. Okay, returning back to that mindset. Okay, the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Balance and receiving. The 6s is also a lot of 6s here. So this is most definitely a karmic influence. So we got 6, which the flip of that is a 9. We got 69. That is a number that I continuously see. 69, 69, 69. That's the balance. That's the restoration. Okay, so the 6 of Pentacles. That's the giving and receiving. Okay, that's what's being restored back to us. Wealth, finances, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, that is our inheritance that is being restored so that we can carry on our legacy and posterity unrestricted. Okay, so I poured an herbal card and the pumpkin seed came out. Pumpkin shade. I'm like, ooh, wow. Spirit is talking. So I remember Rod Hayes said too that the pumpkin is a representation of the matriarch. Talking about alignment. Spirit was showing out on April 11th when I did this reading. So we know that the pumpkin seeds is good for worms, okay? It's good for virility, fertility. It's good for, it's a source of zinc, copper, selenium. I always say this word wrong, and I don't know why. Selenium. Okay, so that's what that is. So now let's talk about pumpkin seed on the spiritual level, because we're talking about the seeds, our seeds. what does the mother have? Okay, she's the mother of civilization, the mother of nations, because she carried nations of seeds in her womb. Okay? So the pumpkin seeds is about abundance, it's about protection. For one, we're talking about mama bear energy right there. We're talking about harvest, wisdom, and fertility. Okay? Manifestation and potential, which is symbolic of the seeds of dreams. I'm reading now. Seeds of dreams, okay, that need to be nurtured to grow into reality. So, to me, I say this. We have to take care of ourselves before, wow. We have to, say this before I forget it because it's coming fast. We have to take care of ourselves before we conceive. That's when it starts. Not once we conceive. It's too late then. Okay? But before we conceive. And that's the seeds of dreams. Okay? Okay? We can manifest that thing before we conceive. Alright? And I'm also picking up manifesting with our partner. Okay? Planting that seed of dreams. Okay? Manifesting what you want. Okay? When you in that love making energy with your partner. And then mother, once that seed is planted, you nurture that thing. Okay? To grow into reality. It's beautiful. So creativity and life force, which is associated with the sacral chakra, and the creativity required for new beginnings. That's what this is. May 10th, 2026, Congress Hall in Philadelphia. Okay. So abundance and prosperity is known in Chinese culture for attracting wealth and representing, in parentheses, quote, descendants luck, which is about fertility and family growth. Did you hear that? Descendants luck. So we talking about ancient inheritance, ancestral inheritance. We talking about birthright. Okay. So now, each seed represents a blessing. Right? Most definitely. And a pumpkin is said to have up to 800 seeds. And a pumpkin grows through nutrients it gets from its lifeline, which is the vine. And me being a doula, what that says, what that, puts me in the mindset of is the mother, the baby, and the umbilical cord and the placenta. Okay? Because that's the lifeline of the baby. Okay? It's the placenta. Alright? The umbilical cord attached to the mother. That's its lifeline. Alright? So now, May, I already said that. Okay. Oh. Well, I'm recording this on May 6th. Okay. 2026, which is 5, 6 plus 10 is 21, and it's a 3. Okay. So we're back. We still on that Empress energy, the Matriarch energy, all day, every day, because that's what time it is. And there it is, okay? Giving thanks, giving thanks, giving thanks. Mm-hmm. And there you have it. Peace and blessings.